This is Fleet Admiral Alexander Volkov. I commanded the extermination fleet for 10 years. I personally oversaw the destruction of 7 worlds and the extinction of the Zalthorax species. I do not regret a single death. This is Case File 001. This is the complete record of humanity's genocide, our darkest decade, our greatest crime, and the only possible response to what they did to Earth. March 15th, 2847. I was stationed on Nova Brasilia, 17 light-years from Sol, when the emergency transmission arrived. Every human in the galaxy received it simultaneously. A priority broadcast on all frequencies, military and civilian. The video was 93 seconds long. It showed Earth, our homeworld, the blue marble where humanity was born. 8 billion people. 10,000 years of history. Every monument, every city, every forest and ocean and mountain that our species had ever known. Then, the Zalthorax arrived. 12,000 ships, no warning, no communication. They simply appeared in Earth orbit and opened fire. The first volley cracked the continental plates. North America split in half within 6 seconds. The second volley boiled the oceans. The Pacific evaporated in 11 seconds. The third volley destabilized the core. The planet began to break apart. 93 seconds. That's how long it took to destroy everything. The transmission ended with a view of the debris field that had been our homeworld. Chunks of rock and metal spreading slowly through space. 8 billion lives. 8 billion years of evolution. Gone. I watched the video 17 times. Then I stopped watching and started planning. The Zalthorax Imperium was not unknown to us. We had made contact with them 40 years earlier. They were an ancient species, 300,000 years of civilization compared to our 10,000. They controlled 3,000 star systems. They had 7 homeworlds with a combined population of 200 billion. They had always viewed humanity with contempt. We were young, primitive, insignificant, not worth conquering, not worth communicating with. Just another brief species that would rise and fall while the Zalthorax endured. Until we weren't. Humanity had expanded rapidly. 17 colony worlds in 2 centuries. A growing fleet, increasing influence. Some of our colonies were in regions the Zalthorax considered theirs by ancient right. So they decided to end us. Not to conquer us or negotiate with us. To exterminate us entirely before we became a problem. They started with Earth because they believed killing our homeworld would break our spirit. That the colonies would surrender rather than fight. That 400 million scattered survivors could not possibly threaten an empire of 200 billion. They were wrong about everything. The survivors did not scatter. We gathered. Within 1 week of Earth's destruction, every human who could reach a colony world had done so. 400 million people on 17 worlds. Every government, every military force, every corporation and institution that had survived. We convened on Nova Brasilia, the largest colony, now humanity's de facto capital. The debate lasted 4 hours. Some argued for negotiation. Perhaps the Zalthorax would accept surrender. Perhaps we could survive as a subject species. Some argued for flight. The galaxy was vast. We could run, hide, rebuild somewhere the Zalthorax would never find us. Some argued for measured response. Strike military targets. Negotiate from strength. Find a path to peace. I listened to all of these arguments. Then I stood and said what everyone was already thinking. They killed Earth. They killed 8 billion of us. They did it without warning. without provocation, without even telling us why. I let that sink in. There is no negotiation with a species that does this. There is no peace with a species that does this. There is no coexistence with a species that does this. I looked at the assembled leaders of what remained of humanity. There is only extinction, theirs or ours. I vote we make it theirs. The vote was unanimous. 400 million humans, every man, woman, and child. Every factory, every shipyard, every resource we possessed, all of it dedicated to one purpose: the complete extermination of the Zalthorax species. Not victory, not conquest, extinction. We would not stop until every Zalthorax was dead. Every world was ash. Every trace of their civilization was erased. They had shown us what they were capable of. We would show them what we were capable of. Year 1 was preparation. 17 colony worlds converted to total war production. Every civilian factory became a weapons plant. Every mining operation became a military supply chain. Every citizen became a soldier or a worker supporting soldiers. Children learned to operate fabricators before they learned to read. The elderly worked until they dropped. The sick and injured contributed whatever they could. We had no economy. We had no entertainment. We had no future except vengeance. Every human alive had one purpose: build the fleet that would destroy the Zalthorax. By the end of Year 1, we had 40,000 warships. By Year 2, 80,000. By Year 3, 160,000. The Zalthorax knew we were building. They sent probing attacks against our colonies, trying to disrupt our preparations. We destroyed them all. Every ship they sent, every squadron, every fleet. And we kept building. Year 3 was the beginning. Our fleet numbered 167,000 warships, the largest armada humanity had ever assembled. Every ship crewed by volunteers who had lost family on Earth. Every weapon loaded by workers who had lost everyone. We attacked their forward positions first. Military bases, supply depots, early warning stations. The Zalthorax responded with force. They outnumbered us. They had more ships, more resources, more experience. But they were fighting for territory, for resources, for strategic advantage. We were fighting to kill them all. There is a difference between a soldier who wants to win and a soldier who wants to exterminate. The first one calculates risks, preserves forces, retreats when necessary. The second one does not stop, ever, for any reason. We lost ships. We lost thousands of ships. We did not care. For every ship we lost, we destroyed 10 of theirs. For every human who died, 50 Zalthorax died with them. And we kept coming. Year 5 was the turning point. The Zalthorax Empire had 3,000 systems. We had captured or destroyed 800 of them in 2 years. Their military was bleeding out. Their industrial capacity was crippled. Their population was terrified. They attempted to negotiate. Their diplomats reached out through neutral species. They offered everything: territory, resources, reparations. They would acknowledge their crime. They would pay any price humanity demanded. We did not respond. There was nothing they could offer. Nothing could bring back Earth. Nothing could restore 8 billion lives. Nothing could undo what they had done. All they could do was die. We reached their first homeworld on the anniversary of Earth's destruction, March 15th, 2852. 5 years to the day. 30 billion Zalthorax lived on that world, their oldest colony, the heart of their civilization. We did not demand surrender. We did not offer terms. We simply opened fire. The bombardment lasted 6 hours. By the end, the planet's surface was molten glass. Every city, every settlement, every Zalthorax who had lived there, gone. 30 billion dead. We broadcast the footage across every frequency. We wanted them to see. We wanted them to understand. This was not war. This was extinction. Years 6 through 9 were systematic annihilation. We moved from system to system, world to world. We destroyed everything: military targets, civilian centers, industrial facilities, agricultural worlds. Everything. The Zalthorax tried to flee. They sent colony ships toward the galactic rim, hoping to escape into empty space. We hunted them down. Every ship, every convoy, every desperate group of refugees. We killed them all. They tried to hide: secret bunkers on dead moons, hidden stations in nebulae, underground facilities on worlds we had already burned. We found them, everyone, and we killed them. Some humans objected. Some said we had become monsters. Some argued that genocide was wrong, regardless of what had been done to us. We did not listen. Those voices were few. Most of humanity remembered Earth. Most of humanity had lost family, friends, everyone they had ever loved. Most of humanity wanted every Zalthorax dead. And we made it happen. Year 7. Second Homeworld destroyed. 43 billion dead. Year 8. Third and fourth Homeworlds. Combined population: 57 billion. All dead. Year 9. Fifth and sixth Homeworlds. 31 billion more. By year 10, only one Zalthorax world remained. Their original homeworld. The birthplace of their species. The oldest inhabited planet in their empire. 40 billion Zalthorax. The last survivors of a species that had once numbered 200 billion. They knew we were coming. They had seen what we did to the others. They knew there would be no mercy, no negotiation, no escape. Some tried to surrender. They broadcast messages of absolute capitulation. They would accept any terms: slavery, imprisonment, anything but death. We did not respond. Some tried to fight. They gathered every remaining ship, every weapon, every soldier who could still hold a rifle. We crushed them in 6 hours. 80,000 enemy ships. Destroyed. Some tried to hide. They went underground. They scattered across the planet. They hoped that some might survive if they made hunting them difficult enough. We did not leave until we had found every single one. March 15th, 2857. The 10th anniversary of Earth's destruction. I personally gave the order for the final bombardment. I watched the last Zalthorax homeworld burn. I watched 40 billion aliens die. I watched a species, 300,000 years of history, art, science, culture, vanish from the universe forever. I felt nothing. That is what they had made us. That is what Earth's death had created. Humans without mercy. Humans without limits. Humans who could watch 200 billion sentient beings die and feel only grim satisfaction that the job was done. The Zalthorax Imperium no longer exists. Their worlds are ash. Their stations are debris. Their species exists only in our war archives, records we keep to remind ourselves and the galaxy what happens when you touch Earth. The galaxy learned. Every species that witnessed the 10-year genocide understands now. They understand what humanity is capable of. They understand what we will do if pushed too far. They understand that we are not the friendly species we once pretended to be. We are killers. We are exterminators. We are the species that genocided 200 billion sentient beings because they killed our homeworld. And we would do it again, in a heartbeat, without hesitation, without mercy. Some call us monsters now. Some say we became worse than the Zalthorax ever were. Perhaps they are right. But our colonies are safe. Our people are protected. No species has threatened humanity since the extermination. Because they know what we did. They know what we are capable of, and they know we would do it again. Earth is gone. We cannot change that. 8 billion humans are dead. We cannot bring them back. But we made sure Earth was avenged. We made sure no species would ever consider doing to us what the Zalthorax did. We made sure the galaxy understood. Touch humanity, and humanity touches back. With extinction. This is Fleet Admiral Alexander Volkov, signing off. Case File 001 is now closed. They destroyed our world. We destroyed their species. 200 billion Zalthorax, dead. All of them. Every single one. Let that be the lesson. Let that be the warning. Let that be the reason no species will ever touch a human world again.